Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Planet Film Network. I am one of your hosts, Sean Monk.
I remember that was TJ Cornwell.
And tonight we are going to be coming at you guys with probably a shorter episode, but we wanted to get one up there for you guys. As you can see by the title and everything in the description, we are going to be going through back and forth 10 rounds to a finish, talking about our 2026 box office draft picks. So we want you guys to be chatting right along with us. Let us know, what do you think is going to be the number one movie at the domestic, worldwide, international, whatever you want to say, box office? Just specify what your guess is if you're saying domestic or not. But what do you think is going to be the number one movie of the year? I know we are at the very start of it, but as you guys are going to see tonight, there is a lot of stuff coming our way this year. And, as it is every year, there's going to be some things on here that there's going to be some things missing here from this master list that we have, that will be surprises and may come out of nowhere, but that's kind of how the cookie crumbles with that stuff. There's surprises like every single year, like weapons, right? Weapons was a huge one last year.
Yeah,
that would have been big for anybody's draft last year. So the reason that we were a little bit late coming out to you guys today, is we were going over how exactly we're going to do all of this, because we had a website that we realized wasn't quite going to work the right way that we wanted it to for this. So we kind of had to improvise a little bit, but we have a nice little setup here. So TJ, do you have anything specific, anything else you want to say, or anything that I missed about the way that we're going to be doing it tonight in regards to all this?
Yeah, so basically we're going to do, what did I say, 10 rounds of drafting movies. We're going to have, we're going to call it the Ringer just for, I don't know why, but we're just going to name it that. So basically we're going to do, like, we each have an opportunity to draft one hit. So technically the website I was on, we had like studio names. Mine was what was mine? The Ellison Empire. I think I named my studio, and yours was the
Absolute Regala.
Exactly.
Mr. Cheddar.
So how it's going to work is we're going to draft one like major hit. So, that could be Avengers, Dune, whatever we think will make the most amount of money. And that'll be like our tentpole movie for our studio. And then we're going to go through and draft another 9 movies each. So that could be anything coming throughout the year that we think is going to make the most money. And then for one last pick, we're going to do a big bomb. So in this case, I will pick Sean's bomb. He will pick mine. So that would be a movie we think is just going to do terribly, probably with a very large budget that isn't going to make any money.
We basically want to saddle the other person's team with a stinker.
Right. And then we will kind of track that through the year and see how it ends up. We're not going to draft anything that has already come out. So no Mercy, no Bone Temple, none of that. And then we are not drafting Narnia, the Netflix adaptation, because it's kind of weird with a limited release and
IMAX only.
It's going to be weird.
Like
that. So, but those are the ground rules. Sean will try and update the graphic the best he can as we are going forward, because he's kind of pulling the images together. Who wants to go first? Unless you have anything else, but I think we can.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I want to. I mean, let's do. You want to just do a Google flip a coin?
Sure. Yep.
I'll say heads.
All right. You take heads.
It was tails.
Boom.
So you get first pick. So are we doing 1 and 4, and then I get 2 and 3? Are we doing a snake style? Like, how do you want to do the draft?
Yeah, we can do snake. I'm good with that.
Okay, so that's what that. So you'll get 1, I'll get 2, 3, and then you get 4.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Perfect.
All right.
So, and then the last thing is, and I'm assuming that we are able to remember this, when we get to our last 3, so like once we get to our 8, 9, and 10, that's where we're gonna reveal or pick the bomb that we're going to give each other, so that it's like there's a little bit of mystery left with what the rest of our team might be. But you'll know that you have that, or we might just do it at the end if we forget about that. But all right, TJ, you are first up. Are you looking at the list that I see, or let me put it up on the screen? That would help.
Yes, I'm looking at that list. I think we're looking at the same. Let me just check. We're looking at the same thing.
Yeah.
I think I just have it on a different view. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Are these all the movies? If you go to grid and you like scroll down, I'm like, aren't there more than this? But maybe not everything's, announced and all that other stuff. All right. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll start off with the hit. Okay. And let me think. I'm between like 2 or 3 of them. I am gonna go. Oof. All right, I think I'm gonna go with Michael.
Really?
Now, the budget reportedly on the website is $155 million. Okay,
what's the
obviously a lot of money. But it's gonna be a huge movie, I think, even if it's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see it being gigantic. I know some people have thrown out like 2.5-3 billion. I don't think it'll be that crazy. But
so this is your hit?
This is my hit.
Okay.
Yeah, because obviously you see the budget and the break even's like 387 million, but I think it's gonna go way above that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and even though it possibly, I know there's talk maybe it was cut into 2 movies, but I just think the fandom was going to go absolutely insane for this movie, and it's just gonna, it could end up top grossing movies of all time, right up there, maybe top 5, something like that. I could completely see that.
I think this movie, I think it's a great pick. I would say it is not where I would have gone at all, and it's not where I'm going to go. But I think it's a great pick because I really think it is going to do really well. I really do. I think that's a really good pick, actually, because that could be like an Elvis. That could be even bigger than an Elvis. You know what I mean? That if they really hit it right, and it's Anton Fuqua, so it's like, I think there's a really good chance. All right, so now it is my pick, right? I get 2 picks in a row here for this draft. So I as well am going to start with my hit. And there's a couple of good options here. There's a couple of as close to guaranteed billions that you can get. See, the thing is, the floor on Michael could be lower, but the ceiling, like, there is no ceiling on Michael. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, some of these other movies, like, the floor and the ceiling are high, but it's a pretty tight window. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the easy answer is to go with Doomsday, but it's like, you might be tough to push past like 1.5 with that. Whereas, like, if Michael goes absolutely insane internationally, that could be a $2 billion movie.
Yeah, and you could totally see it doing that, right? Like,
I could actually. Just because, I mean, he's just one of the most singularly famous people of all time.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm actually going to go Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Okay.
That's what I'm going with. I'm going to go with Spider-Man Brand New Day only because I think that Tom Holland's movies, they've been enormously successful. So far, I'm able to keep up with the pictures pretty easily. They've been enormously successful. Let me throw that back up. Under John Watts for the first 3. This is now 10 years of him playing this character. I think they're going to pull it off. I think it's going to be, at minimum, I think it's going to be as good as the last couple, and those last 3, they're all so different. No Way Home is just so much bigger than the other 2. It's kind of hard to like say that there is a similar thing, but there is a similar through line and a similar vibe with them. And I think that it's going to hit that with the potential to be even better. I mean, one of the best movies out of the 2020-2021 era of Marvel was Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And that was Destin Daniel Cretton, who also just did Wonder Man, which neither one of us have unfortunately been able to check out yet, which I wish. But I wish I had been, but I think that between that, Sadie Sink, who's a huge up and coming star that people really like and know, plus you're gonna have Hulk, you're gonna have Punisher, and then the biggest draw of all is Tom Holland as Spider-Man. That is almost on the level of like a Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. You know what I mean? Like he is right up there with like Chris Evans as Captain America. That actor in that role can make magic happen at the box office. Plus, I think it's the lead into Avengers Doomsday. I think we're going to be pretty starved of Marvel movies up to that point. And I think that it's going to blow the doors off the place. Plus, it's the big blockbuster Oppenheimer time slot of the summer.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And my mind, I'm just gonna roll right on to the next one here, and I'm gonna tell you right now.
That's gonna be your big hit, right? Your ringer.
That's my big hit. It's Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Okay.
And I'll tell you right now, my next big one gotta be the Odyssey. Gotta be. You might think that I would take something else right now, but I really just think that this movie has going for it everything that Oppenheimer had going for it, and then some, because everything Oppenheimer had going for it was Nolan's career up to that point. This now also throws Oppenheimer into that resume. And I think that Oppenheimer blew the doors off of the world when it came out before. It almost hit $1 billion. I think even if this one gets to 700, 800, could go even higher than that. I think that it is going to be a very, very successful movie, particularly with IMAX and the premium large formats and everything like that. Now, TJ, we're going to get to your fourth pick, but I just want to get caught up with chat here for a second.
My second pick.
Oh, your second pick. Sorry, fourth pick overall. Second pick.
Yeah.
The Odyssey is my most anticipated for 2026, says Shannon. Molly says yes. Michael. Shelly is going with Dune 3. And then message Dr. Dillerman Fierro. Interesting. A little wicked for good reference there. I caught that. All right, TJ, where are you going?
All right, just to clarify real quick, the next two, I get the next two, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you okay.
Yeah.
And then when did you say you wanted to do bomb by? Did you say
once we get to 3 picks left. So once we've already both picked 8.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So I think for my second pick, I'm gonna go with Dune 3.
Really?
I think it's pretty no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people are really excited for this movie, as they should be. The last one in the trilogy. If they do anything else after this, it won't be Denis Villeneuve, as far as I know. The second one did really well. And it was definitely an improvement on the first. I know like a lot of people like the first, including me, but you heard a lot of like, it was a little boring. I came for more Zendaya,
that was a big thing with the first one.
That was a big thing, I remember. And I think a lot of people were really, really happy with the second one and felt it was a really good follow-up. And I'm not going to say this one's going to be bigger than the second one. But it's adding way more people. We got Robert Pattinson. I can tell you Florence Pugh will definitely be as far as the book goes, she will be more in this movie than she was in the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think there's a few other, isn't there one other new cast member that's pretty big that they added?
Well, I know there's a very big returning cast member. I don't know if we want to say that here.
Right.
It's official,
yes.
But
that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this movie is going to do very, very well. And then for my next one, I am going to go with, let me do a quick scroll. This might be easy. Oh man, see, this is tough. I have 2 in mind.
You're thinking of Shaun the Sheep?
No, I'm not. I have 2 in mind that I think would be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do, I'm going to do a little research right here, just real quick, just to see what the last one did. Okay, so my third pick is going to be Super Mario Galaxy.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
For me,
I was looking for that one. That's the first one that
yes.
that you stuck on me there.
The original one was just not the original, but the last Mario movie was really, really good.
Yeah.
You know, really simple. You know, they didn't have to do anything crazy. And I just thought it was just a really good, fun time, and kind of surprised me at, you know, how decent it was actually. So I have full faith on them making a good Mario Galaxy movie. Can't say the same for like the live action Legend of Zelda that they're currently in production on, but I expect this movie to do probably just as well as the other
first
movie,
one.
the previous one.
Yeah, I think that might be a sneaky one for you. I think that might go even higher than the first one. Which would be very good for you because Illumination, if Illumination does one thing well, that's making animated movies for a third of what Disney makes them for. Let's see. Michelle in chat says, I would have picked the Odyssey, but sometimes when you have such a huge cast like that, especially such well-known actors and actresses, they can seem awkward in those kind of period roles. Yeah, that could be true. I feel like there's a lot of, I would have faith in Nolan to do that, but also ironically, I think that's some of the stuff that people are skeptical about this movie. If they are skeptical, it's because of Nolan. It's like, well, he's never really done this, like, you know, sword and sorcery, like kind of sandals in the desert, like epic, you know, before this kind of really, really period set stuff. Obviously, the footage that we saw in IMAX, you know, really helped give us an idea of that, as well as like the first official trailer. But yeah, I just think that I think he's gonna pull it off. But I definitely get people who are trepidatious just because he's kind of going outside of the box with this one to what he normally is. And then Danielle says, Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping. Yeah, I would like to know what the official budget is for that. Before I would go crazy with making it one of my picks. Okay, so now it is me. Now I'm picking my 3 and my 4, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. I am very excited for the drama. However, I don't think it's going to do much to move the needle in either direction in this. All right. You know what I'm going to go with? I'm going to go with a little movie by Andrew Stanton called Toy Story 5. I think, why doubt the master? I think that, yes, Pixar has had some stuff not work out or just straight up not work that great lately.
Yeah.
But man, Toy Story is as clockwork a franchise as you can get with Pixar. And I think that I don't think there's a world where this comes out and doesn't make at least, and this number I'm going to say is low. I don't think there's a place where this comes out and doesn't make at least $600 million, if not even if not $1 billion. I mean, Toy Story 4 again, it was, oh, why do we need a fourth one? And then it made $1.2 billion. So it's a big one. Pixar, you know, they've been coming back. Walt Disney Animation has been doing a killing lately. You know, Zootopia 2 is now the highest grossing animated film of all time, which is absolutely insane. So I think that it's going to be that, you know, summer animated blockbuster of next year that is going to get the repeat business that something like, you know, what even, I don't even know what the big summer animated movie was this year. I can't even really remember because all I have in my mind is Zootopia or Elio before that. But all right, let's see. So yeah, I'm going with that. Okay, and then also don't diss the mouse. I'm going live action Moana.
Wow.
Listen, man, I think if there is one thing that sells tickets, it is Dwayne Johnson, Walt Disney Studios, and this young woman right here. I
Yeah.
have lived through both Moanas, and particularly Moana 2 just 2 years ago was an absolute bloodbath of ravenous children who need their Moana fix. And
Mhm.
I think that you know, maybe the most successful, but also like not one that hit a crazy billion was like the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake that came out last year.
Yeah.
And it's like that one was really a lot of the talk around the trailers and stuff was from the adult fans who were fans of the first one being like, "Oh, it looks exactly the same." The kids who are kids now, they don't care. They're like, "Oh my god, it's this movie I love and now it's real." That's all they
Right.
see. You know what I mean? So it's like even if you have I personally know a 7-year-old and or an oh my god, 8-year-old. I personally know an 8-year-old who loves Moana. It's like one of her favorite things. And I know she is going to lose her mind when she A finds out about this movie and B like ends up going to see it. And that's because that's not because she's not gonna not go see it because, "Oh, it's too similar to the animated one." All these kids are gonna go see it because it's similar to the animated one, because it's similar to the movie that they love so much. And then, kids require their parents to go and see it, get the whole family together. It's the middle of summer, the hot heat. People are gonna go in and see the movies. They're gonna go out on vacations and see this movie and everything like that. I think it's going to be a huge one. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I do think that that's going to be a pretty decent hit for Disney next year. All right, what is your? There we go. Sorry about that. What is your next two picks? And anybody, you can pick more than one. Throw out some picks here. And Danielle, let us know, why do you think Hunger Games? What do you think? What do you think it is about this Hunger Games movie, or the trailer that you've seen, or anything like that that you think it might have a good result this year? Let me know.
So I think this is going to be a really good one. And I'm
Okay.
actually kind of surprised you didn't take it already. I'll be honest. Maybe you were hoping
Okay.
it was going to fall. You can give me Minions 3. Um, I just think again,
Would have
I
been
don't think I've
mine.
ever seen I don't think I haven't seen a single Minions movie. I think I saw Despicable Me 1. But would you like to know that what the worldwide box office is for the Despicable Me franchise in its history so far?
I'm gonna guess $6.8 billion.
A little off, $5.6 billion.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Well, so it will
And
be 6.8 after this one.
correct. So Despicable Me 4 did 972 million worldwide.
Yeah.
And Minions 2 did where is it? 937 million worldwide.
Okay.
So I have a sneaking suspicion that this maybe a little less, but around the same. I think we can probably hopefully count on. Or me personally, I can hopefully count on that.
Mhm.
And I can't imagine these movies cost like a ton to produce either. So
Yeah. Again, it's Illumination. Yeah.
I'm going with Minions 3.
Honestly, you're keeping the budget down just off now, I want to say, looking at your team, I do want to say we have to go by the official budgets.
Right.
And so Michael, in a year's time, Michael might be a hairy situation for you,
Yeah.
where it might, if it splits into two movies, well,
Yeah.
obviously we'll only, hold you against the budget of whatever half or whatever the news comes out about it. But man, I got a bad feeling that that's like a Captain America 4 level budget. That like when
Yeah.
the real number comes out. But I think you're
Eh,
already making up for it with two Illumination movies. I mean,
right.
both I would say Mario and Minions together are probably less than 350 on the budget side. So it's like
Mhm.
that, that's one Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Right.
All right, so you got Minions 3. What is your next pick? Oh, actually, I want to jump over to chat real quick. Danielle says, which I already pre-read this and I agree with every word. This Hunger Games will for sure do better than Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Better known actors and characters we already know and love, but we learn more backstory. Yeah, I mean, I remember when we were just texting each other privately and also covering it on this show when the cast was getting announced for the new one. It's like
Mhm.
there's so many heavy hitters in this. Whereas like in the last one, it's like Peter Dinklage, Viola Davis, Jason Schwartzman, like those are big actors, but like this one is like star-studded, I would say.
Right.
And then plus, yeah, I totally agree with Danielle that it's characters we know, learning. The last one was like learning about the history of Pan Am. This is learning about character history of people that we know. And obviously the last one had President Snow, but yeah, I totally agree with Danielle on that. And then what is your next pick, TJ?
Next one I'm actually I'm scrolling through, I'm struggling with.
Mhm.
I'm tempted to take this one movie, but and then I'm between two. I think ugh. I think I'm gonna go with The Mandalorian and Grogu,
Okay.
begrudgingly, because I am not confident in this movie. Now
So you picked it?
I picked it. Well, it was between this and a certain DC movie that I was
Okay.
also very unsure of.
Yep.
So right now it's reading 166 million. I think it'll break even. I think that's a given for a
Yep.
Star Wars movie.
For sure.
But how high,
Well,
how much higher it'll climb after that, we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to guarantee anything specifically because, it's not like it's not like a Skywalker saga movie. This is based off a TV show that's been running for 3 seasons at this point. I'm not the most confident in this pick, but I could see it paying off. Especially if it's halfway decent. The trailers haven't really gotten me all that excited so far.
Yeah.
But hopefully
That's
Jon Favreau put out a good product here.
Yeah.
And,
Do you think that this movie, working off the assumption that this movie is not going to hit the way that Rise of Skywalker did, do you think this movie being good will actually make a difference? Like, do you think that if people online were like, go see the new Star Wars movie, it's actually really, really good? Like, do you think that would be enough to get people there? I've just been growing more and more in the mind space lately that like the broader audience is just not interested in Star Wars
yeah.
right now. Like I don't know. Travis Mitchell, welcome. How you guys doing? I'm having a crisis right now about the future of Star Wars. So, TJ, we are in the middle of our draft, and TJ just took in the fifth round pick Mandalorian and Grogu for his.
I think that's
team.
some good value. This is
If it's really 166, I do think that's a good.
Yeah.
I think that is good. Yeah. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think that actually, like, if word of mouth is good on this, do you think that'll even have an impact, or do you think people already made their mind up about whether they're going to go see this?
No, I think it could definitely make an impact. Like I said, it's not a Skywalker saga movie, so I think you're inherently going in with like lesser expectations, I would think. Because I don't know the numbers on, how many people watched the last season of The Mandalorian or anything like that. Yeah. And like I said, the trailers I don't think have done all that much, at least for me. Mm-hmm. But I think people, you can easily change people's minds. I know I would look at this kind of like in the same vein you would a Rogue One or a Solo. Maybe more Rogue One because it's not, as far as we know, it's very light on the lightsabers and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully. It seems to be. We shall see if maybe a certain Moff is back again from the dead again. All right. My next 2 picks, I'm going to rattle them off, and I'm surprised that they're still on there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I'm going to take them, snap them up right now. Avengers Doomsday.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you took that. I thought you took
really?
that already. No. I'm shocked it fell this far. I was operating on the fact it was gone.
Okay. That's so funny because I was like, you were operating that it was already gone, and I was operating on the fact that I was just waiting to see how long it could go before
this
you
is
took
like
it.
This is like 10 times the value Mandalorian Grogu is. I mean, this is a hit. This would be a hit in other drafts.
Literally. What can I say? And it's so funny because it's going to be the exact opposite of my next pick. Sometimes bigger is better. Yeah. I think this movie is going to cost $400 million, and I think it's going to make at least $1 billion more than that. I think it's going to, whatever you want to say about Marvel, everything like that, there may be Marvel fatigue, there may be superhero fatigue. I can tell you one thing that there is not, and that's Avengers fatigue. This big A, if anything, the biggest issue with Marvel is that people have been clamoring for the Avengers. Where are the Avengers? Who are the Avengers? What's going on? Why isn't Sam forming the Avengers yet? Well, here it is. Boom. And guess what? Now there's a rumor that Secret Wars might be split. This might be the start of an Avengers trilogy. And if that's the case, and talk about, whereas with Star Wars, it was an interesting question to ask you, do you think word of mouth could impact this? If this movie comes out and they're like, oh, we are back, this could go like 2-1, 2-5. Like, oh my God, man, talk about that. If word of mouth hits on this movie, like, they will be, oh, look, they got rid of Anthony, just Joe. But no, seriously, if word of mouth gets out that this is like really, really incredible, I mean, there's like virtually no upside, or virtually limitless upside to this. All right, I put Avengers in there. My next pick, you want to talk about value, you want to talk about ROI. I'm going Godzilla minus 0, because I know that whatever the budget is, it is going to be 1/20th of how much it makes back at the box office. If that movie makes 170 million at the box office, that's like 150 million in profit. And that's what we're going by, because we are including budget in this, as we've been saying. It's profit. And I just think it might be a smaller movie. It's not going to hit the level of some of these other things, but man, I think that is going to be like, just on an individual player basis, I think that this player is going to have a great year for me.
Boom. I would agree. I'm not gonna lie, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't jealous of both those picks. Actually, I was just looking at Godzilla. I was wondering how far I was gonna fall.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next two.
There's a lot of good stuff on the board still, for sure.
Yes.
Also, by the way, you get these next two, then I'll take my next one. Then we're gonna throw the flop.
Okay. And I said we're going to what, 10, right? Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So my number 6, I think I'm going to go with what I think would make more money there. I'm going to go with Supergirl.
Oh man. Okay.
So
I'll be up front. That was my next pick. I'll be up front.
So right now it's listed at 200 million being the budget. That's a lot. This could sink me, honestly.
I could totally actually sink DC Studios. I believe.
Like I could see this going terribly and absolutely, not meeting expectations whatsoever.
This could be your final reckoning.
Superman worldwide was 616 million, and Superman
similar budget,
way more globally recognizable and probably loved, I would say, as a character than Supergirl. And I'm going against my better judgment too, because I think when I watched the trailer, I was like, but I'm just gonna hope and pray that this movie is good and the word of mouth is great and people want to come see this movie.
Yeah.
Maybe I get the Jason Momoa boost or something like that, and people just come back to see him or something. I don't know. But I'm hoping I'm wrong in thinking
he alone is good for like another 300 million. Like just Momoa, that's like 300 million of Fast 10 came from him. 300 million of Aquaman came from him. Let's see. Shelly in the chat says, I think Supergirl is going to be a huge hit. There you go, TJ. A lot of people like Superman. They like the idea of James Gunn's films. It has kind of that dirty look like the original Guardians.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's all the stuff that we've been hearing about it. Yeah, and it has crypto, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm actually, and granted, obviously, this is a James Gunn production. But this is going to be the first DC Studios film not directed by him. So I'll be well, it's only the second movie, but you get what I mean. The first project not directed or written by him directly, although obviously it is his stewardship of the franchise. All right, what is your next pick?
I think my next one is going to be Hunger Games.
Okay, I think yeah, everything that Danielle said, I think that's a good pick.
They haven't really missed, honestly. I don't think with the Hunger Games movie yet, as far as quality. This one has, it's got Jennifer Lawrence possibly. I don't know if that's confirmed. Jesse Plemons, Elle Fanning, Maya Hawke, Ray Fiennes, like a bunch of people in this movie.
McKenna Grace,
Glenn Close, Kieran Culkin. So I can see this movie doing really well. I believe the last one did around 350 million, I want to say.
That sounds right.
Which, is okay. I don't know what the budget was.
Unless it was a crazy balloon, that felt like that was like a 180, 175 movie.
Yeah. I was hoping it would load faster. The Numbers is a slightly slow website. But that's going to be my pick for that one for round 7.
Nice. And then I realized actually I have to get my next 2 picks because of how we're doing with the snake draft. So
yeah,
I'll do my next 2 and then we'll do the flop. All right, so let's see. Now we're getting into some choppy waters because it's not a question of will things be a hit. It's just a question of risk. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, obviously some of these movies are going to hit, some of these like mid-tier movies that we're not sure about, they are obviously going to do stuff. But the problem is, it's like, do you want to risk it? You know what? I'll say this. I think my first risk, and this really could burn me, and this might be a shock. I'm going the Devil Wears Prada 2.
That's a good one.
I think that could. Now, here's why I say it could burn me. This is going to have a high budget. I mean, you're getting everybody back. You're paying them so much more.
Yeah.
This is we always talk about the fact that it's like, oh, Disney never makes these live action adult films, anymore, stuff like that. They have been giving them to us pretty steadily through 20th century. Whether, and it's like sometimes you get Predator Badlands and sometimes you get an Ella McKay. I think this has the potential to be a lot more. You just saw the first Devil Wears Prada this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh my God, man, that is a great movie. Holy shit. Wow. That's crazy. Let's see. Travis Mitchell. I think the movie was made in mind that it would be nearly impossible not to break even. Travis, which movie did you mean by that? Did you mean Supergirl? Travis, let us know which movie you meant by that. Maybe he meant Devil Wears Prada. But I do think it has the potential to bite me because it's probably big salaries. So if this comes out and does nothing, that could be a big crater to my team. But if it comes out and it's like a Freakier Friday, of this past year, where it's like a Freakier Friday where, oh, this movie actually, got up to 200, 250, something like that.
Yeah.
I think there's some upside to that. And who doesn't want to see, Miranda and everybody back? Who do you got? Emily Blunt's back, Anne Hathaway's back, Meryl Streep's back, Stanley Tucci's back. Very, very excited. So yeah, I'm going Devil Wears Prada 2. Man, you killed me with that Mario one. Although obviously, I mean, it's like that's just easy money waiting there.
Super Troopers 3.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go with a movie that I know the budget of, or
Okay.
not the budget, but the cost that we will go off of. And I know that for a fact because it was very, very publicly revealed in court filings and in the news. And that's Coyote
Ooh,
versus Acme.
okay.
I think that Coyote versus Acme, even if we're going with the original budget, we're still talking under $100 million. This movie stars Will Forte and John Cena as the two live action leads, which, Will Forte, not as big of a star as John Cena, but huge
Yeah.
comedic talent. People love Will Forte. He's a very recognizable person. And then obviously John Cena. Plus, I don't know what the marketing is going to look like, but you get Will Forte out there, you get John Cena out there, James Gunn out there, everybody who worked on this movie that, and for those who don't know, James Gunn produced this totally separate from DC, just part of a deal with Warner Brothers. He was a producer on this film. But huge upside with the absolute years of headlines and news that we've heard about this movie, getting shopped around. Is it even going to come out? What's going on with it? I think that even if this movie comes out and makes like $150 million, I think it's got a good chance to do something with the Looney Tunes franchise, to be some sort of a late summer big movie. It's in kind of the Deadpool and Wolverine slot. So there's always a chance that, it's going to take that business that's usually available there right at the end of August. It's kind of part of my thinking on it too, but I think mainly it's just, I think it's got a good narrative, and I think that people will remember it and people will talk about it. And I think that it will be a big thing for the internet that, Coyote versus Acme is finally coming out. And I think I'm going to take it for that reason. So there you go. All right. So is that both
Yeah.
of them? That's it.
You got yeah, that was both of them.
That was both of them. All right.
Yep.
So TJ, what stinker are you going to give me? Oh boy.
So
Here, while you were deciding, let me go to chat real quick.
yeah.
Travis Mitchell says, knowing very little, it looks like Mando he was talking about. Knowing very little, it looks like Mando could be using a lot of pre-existing assets and a lot of television crew. I imagine Disney made this a movie to test the theatrical strength of Star Wars. Yeah, Travis, I absolutely agree with you for sure. I think that it's obviously, we know that it was bumped from season 4 up to a theatrical film. And I think that is to do all the things that you just said. I think can we do kind of a movie by our bootstraps, where it's kind of as slim as we can make it. And then, yeah, I think it's a good softball test to test the theatrical strength of Star Wars. So I think absolutely agree with you.
Just to clarify real quick. Sorry.
Yeah.
So Coyote versus Acme, that was your bomb for me?
No, that was that was just my next pick.
Okay, I'm just clarifying. Because you asked me what the bomb was, so I thought I had to pick mine. It was my point. Because this is only pick 8.
Yeah, you have to. Now we have, because we have like one round left, right? Because
I have it.
I'm at 8 and you're at 7 right now.
Correct. Yes. Okay, just clarifying. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see here. You took that. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Oof.
So this is what you're giving me.
Well, why would this be what I'm giving you?
Because you have to. We're gonna pick the flop, right?
Well, I have 3 picks left. You have 2.
Oh no, I know. Do you want to do that at the end, or do you want to do it? Okay, we'll do it at the end. Okay, then keep driving for it.
Okay.
My bad.
So I'm kind of going back and forth on this. I'm thinking I could hold out maybe on one of them. Well, I mean, I guess I have another 2 picks technically. Like I have 1, 2 after. So I think for this one, I'm gonna go with Street Fighter. Big cast. I don't exactly know the budget. I don't even know if it's been like publicized whatsoever. But big fighting game, obviously. We got Momoa. Banking on Momoa again. We got Momoa. We got Koji. We got
that's $300 million.
Melshon,
Yep.
50 Cent, Cody Rhodes, you know, a lot of different interests.
Noah
kind of
Centineo,
Noah Centineo,
Roman Reigns.
a lot of different interests converging in this one movie.
Yep.
And you might be thinking, how could you not take Mortal Kombat 2? Well, one, Mortal Kombat 1 wasn't very good. It came out on HBO, I believe, day and date.
Yep.
During COVID. And I'm hoping maybe this won't be a very good movie, but I just think people might be more interested in this one as opposed to Mortal Kombat because they saw what they got with the first one. And maybe you already have people going, hey, you know what? I saw the first one on HBO. I'm just going to wait anyway, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll go out and see Street Fighter or just because I love the game or whatever. So that's what I'm hitching my wagon to. Basically Jason Momoa.
Yeah. When in doubt, go with Momoa.
Yeah.
All right. What is your next pick?
My next one, I think this next one I think could go either way. And this might be now I'm looking at another poster now and I'm like, maybe that could go. I think I'm gonna go. Does this have a budget? No, it doesn't. Frick. Damn. 1 second.
You're good.
I'm stuck.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to see. I'm trying to look up budgets of my own to see what I should stick you with.
I think I'm gonna go another animated movie. Yeah. I'm gonna go Cat in the Hat.
Okay.
I think this is gonna be a good one. I think I looked up The Grinch from 2018 made about $500 million worldwide. So we can parlay that somewhere to 400 million, somewhere around there. I can't imagine the budget on this movie is too high. Zoe Gomez and Bill
That's
Hader.
where she's been. That's where she's been this whole time.
So I am going to hitch my wagon to this. Maybe people will be like, oh, I love the live action one so much. I got to go see the animated one.
Yeah.
That's
or like
my
it's
hope.
been long enough, you know?
Yeah. I love Bill Hader. Got to go see this movie. That's my hope, I guess.
Perfect. All right.
Okay, so by my count, so I now have 9 movies. You have 8. So do you want to do one more regular one and then do the bomb after that?
To make 10 total, including the bomb.
Correct.
Yes.
Or would you rather fill out 10 regular plus with the hit and then do like an 11th bomb each?
Let's do 10. Let's make it 10. No, let's do 11. You're right.
Okay.
Let's do 11.
Right.
Let's do 11. All right. So I'm at 8. So I'll get my 2 picks.
Yep.
Then we'll do your 1.
Yep.
And then I'll do the flop and then we'll end with your flop for me.
Correct. Yes.
Perfect. All right. Okay. This is getting interesting here because you know what? I'm going to take a flyer here and I'm going to go with Clayface.
Wow, there we go.
Interesting choice to come out on 25th anniversary of one of the worst national tragedies in our lifetime. But something has to come out on that day. And that is going to be Clayface. And I think that, you know, I'm just putting my faith in DC that maybe James Gunn sees that there is an interesting little area in the fall that could see a movie like Clayface kind of strike with an audience. And I think there's a chance that it could. And I think there's a chance that it could be a really good movie. And again, we keep coming back to word of mouth. I think that word of mouth would really help a movie like this for sure. All right, that's my 9. So my 10. I'm going to go Angry Birds 3.
Ooh, all right.
Angry Birds 3. That's what I'm going to do. I have only seen the first one of these. I don't really think that matters very much, but I've only seen the first one of these, and I think that it's just, you know, Christmas movie. This is the thing, Christmas animated movie, but look at this year, SpongeBob it's struggling to hit 300 million. You know, that's like
Yeah.
that seemed to me in my mind. I thought that was going to be a surefire like smash hit with kids. But here we are, and Zootopia is still chugging along in theaters, and SpongeBob is struggling to sell freaking popcorn containers at my work. So you know that could very well be Angry Birds 3. I mean, you know, a lot of families are going to go to Avengers. You know, it's not like kids can't go to Avengers movies. And kids love superheroes and stuff. So, you know, I think we will see. I think this is my favorite game you guys have ever played. Sorry, this is for Shelly in chat. I think this is my favorite game you guys have ever played. It's been fun and interesting with the picks that you're making. I agree. I think if you guys could have seen our 15-minute pre-show, things kind of blew up for a second. So I think we salvaged a nice system here. TJ, that is my 10. So you're gonna have one last pick. You're gonna have your entire pick of the litter of everything that's left. Nothing I can do now but sit back and watch.
All right, let's take a
What
look.
do you guys think is gonna pick?
I am between two. And there's one movie that I think one of them I think could go either way, even though it's got pretty big strong star power, I think.
Yeah.
As the leading role. I could still see it being, it's probably not that expensive to make, but I could still see it not making any money. I will take Disclosure Day.
Whoa!
I think with the amount of talent Steven Spielberg has got in this movie, does it have a budget reported?
That?
I don't know. I think I was just looking it up. I don't think Fabelmans did all that much because I believe it came out in 2021. So it kind of doesn't really count. Doesn't count, but I don't think it had its full ability to make as much as you would hope it could. And I believe Ready Player One made $500 million. Now, Ready Player One obviously was a very big book and a big hit as a book. So seeing the adaptation, not really surprised it made that much.
Estimates put it between 150 and 200.
Okay, so this could be another one where it's like does not work out for me.
Yeah, it could go either way.
Again, I think though this could be really good value at 10. I think you know it's not going to make $1 billion, but can we get to the $500 million mark again, or maybe 6, 7 somewhere in there? I did not mean to do that.
7. Did you do the hand gesture too?
No, I didn't mean to do that. So can we get to that area? I'd be happy.
Yeah. Oh, 600 or 700 million for that would be like
we're not getting there.
I think I see what you mean though. Yeah.
Our best bet would probably be $500 million, I would think.
It's almost like Spielberg is positioning this to be like, oh, I could do an Oppenheimer. Yeah. Like it's like he's taking the big summer slot, like he's going for the big star power. He's got Emily Blunt, you know, he's reteaming with Emily Blunt. Yeah, I think that could be an interesting one. All right. I have had your flop picked out.
Oh boy.
For like 15 minutes.
Okay.
With a budget of $175 million. It's the movie that you were just talking about without even saying it. And that is Digger.
Wow. Did you say $175 million?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I didn't pick that.
Well, it's not a good thing because you have it.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I didn't pick it to make a lot of money.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But it will still be weighed against you. But that being said, it's, you know, 2 years ago, if we did this, I could have given you Fast X, and that would have been a $300 million paperweight. So although this one is expensive and it stands almost no shot at making that money back, I still think you're not saddled with like, it's not like some huge albatross around your team's neck. I think that the other movies that you picked and the team that you put together, I think stands a really good shot of being able to counteract whatever damage this does to you. Speaking of, what is going to be your pick for me?
So this is one that maybe you won't agree with. This is a movie that I have absolutely no affinity for, a property I could care less about, and has somebody who some consider to be box office poison in the cast.
Oh, it's
And
got to be
I
Jared
will give
Leto.
you, I'm going to give you Masters of the Universe
Yeah, I was
at
gonna
a
say.
$200 million budget.
Oh man.
I don't think the trailer looked all that good either. So I think you will be climbing up a hill with a very large rock attached to your ankle with this one.
Oh, this is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
That's a rough one, man. But honestly, no, I think I was gonna pretend with myself for a second. Yeah, that's gonna be hard. I won't lie. That is going to be difficult. Honestly though, let me get this switched out so that I can so that we can show this before we get
There's still
going
some
here.
good ones too, like on the board that we didn't
Oh
get to
yeah.
pick.
Yeah, if we could have just gone forever. I mean, there's a ton of stuff.
I think it's possible Scary Movie could be like a sleeper.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not like something crazy, but like a good solid
150 million. You know, it's another
Yeah.
one that I almost brought up a couple times. You said Scary Movie. I almost went with Jackass 5.
Yep.
That's going to be a low budget. That's always been a hit with Paramount. It's one of their only big original franchises. And I think they could go all in on like the marketing for it, because it's like, oh, Skydance wants to make a big splash with every Paramount release this year. So Jackass is one that I almost brought up quite a few times, actually. I kept going back and forth with it. That's one that I want to keep an eye, and I'm just so excited for Jackass 5 because I think it's going to be, 4 was so great. And 4 made, a decent amount of money too. I mean, it went to streaming and stuff, but I think that would be a really good, like, single or double, to use a baseball term there. But here we go, TJ. This is me on the left, you on the right. Let's see. Can we line ourselves up with that? No, we can't. Okay. I thought we could do a cool thing. All right. This is me on the left and you on the right. I think this is a pretty good spread. I mean, it's very different. But I think we have a lot of firepower in both of our teams. And it's not, I don't really think that either one of our teams is particularly weighted to an area of the year either. We have a pretty good, maybe mine is a little more like summer corridor with a few things in like winter, but I think we have a pretty good selection here. Yeah. And who knows, maybe Masters of the Universe will make $1 billion.
I'm not gonna lie. I started to doubt myself after I picked Mando and Grogu, and you went, I think I'm gonna take Doomsday.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's still on the board. I thought that was gone.
Yeah. No, yeah, but I think from that point though, yeah, I do think I don't know. But I also, I don't know. Maybe I would, but like you have Super Mario and Minions.
Yeah.
Both of those independently could, like, those two movies together could be $3 billion. Yeah. Those two movies together. And they're from the same studio. Yeah. That's the craziest thing, is it's like they're from the same studio. And they're both coming out this year. The first, the trailer is already out for Mario, and it's, looks great. Looks just like the first one. Well, I mean, the first one plus. But yeah, I think it'll be, I mean, look, I don't think mine is a lock by any stretch, considering that like my fourth pick was Moana. But if like Moana hits, if Devil Wears Prada hits, I think there's a real chance here. But again, you have like Disclosure Day, Cat in the Hat could be a huge hit. It'll be interesting because I'm gonna freeze this right now, and we're gonna download these, and we're gonna pull these back up at the end of the year, and go back and look at this. So it'll be very interesting to assign final numbers to this and do the actual math and everything like that.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a little spreadsheet on the side and track as they become available.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, like we said, it was going to be a little bit of a shorter show. We wanted to make sure that we got out to you guys. Real quick, I absolutely loved it. What did you think of Practical Magic 2? Listen, me and TJ, we were scanning that whole list. I know that we probably thought about every movie on that list tonight. Practical Magic 2 stuck out probably 4 or 5 times where I was like, Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman, Nicole Kidman's like, I'm back. She's acting in everything now. It's like, I thought about it just because we didn't mention it. We thought about so much stuff, but Practical Magic 2 was a specific one that I was like, there is upside there, but I just don't know how much upside. Um okay, real quick though. Daredevil trailer. Good, bad, interesting.
Good. What'd you think of thought the masked Fisk impersonator was funny?
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
obviously BB, right? I believe that is her name.
Yeah.
And obviously the return of spoiler, Kristen Ritter, right? That's her name.
Yep.
So interested to see if they just kind of throw her in there, or if it's like because I have no background on her. I never watched the show or anything like that.
Yeah.
She showed up in the Netflix show, right? Like the Netflix
She's
Daredevil,
in
like once or
2
twice.
episodes of Daredevil. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, super excited that she's back, Hell, I doubt it at this point just because of budget reasons and like who the hell knows what's even happening with Disney Plus. But I'd love to give her a couple more episodes, give her a nice little 4 episodes, something. Bring David Tennant back, just to really milk it, but like give those 2 back on screen again, just because that was the great chemistry of that first season of her show. But man, I will say I loved the trailer. I loved the music, the vibe, the editing. It was so packed for being only a minute and 18 seconds. 118, brace for impact. But the one takeaway I will say is the first season of this show, he like walks by a church and he's like, I should go back. And that's the most that he's in a church in the entire show. And he is in a beautifully lit bathed in red light Gothic like church for like 60% of this trailer. So Matt Murdock back in the Catholic Church. Let me get a new priest in his life. Let me get some great monologues and great dialogue with Charlie Cox in this role. I am there. Full faith in Benson and Moorhead. Really, honestly, full faith. I am not too worried about this second season. Obviously, I could eat my words and it could be somehow worse than the first season. But if you're telling me that you got the team who did Loki coming over, it's the best parts of the first season, and now it's all the parts of the second season. We got your guy Daniel back. Daniel seems to have a couple of big pivotal moments, getting deeper in the criminal element. They're saying Daniel from DDBA is the new Jesse Pinkman. That's what they're saying online. So it'll be interesting, but very, very big on the trailer. Excited to see what's going on with that. So I just want to talk Daredevil right at the end for you guys. And then obviously, just like the last season, Daredevil is going to be one of those big shows that we are going to try to be here every week for you guys to talk about Daredevil. We're probably going to do our best try to watch Wonder Man, and that might be next week's show. Might be another like 45 to an hour episode talking about Wonder Man, all 3.5 hours of it. So I might go check out some of that tonight. Other than that, TJ, do you have anything left to say to the fine people that watched us?
Nope, that is it. Thank you for watching us draft. Please follow us on all our social medias, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and we will see you next time.
Boom.